Hey guys, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch. We're gonna finish up pasture 5. Stay around, we'll show you what we gotta do. I just got back from Tractor Supply picking up the finishing touches, and part of that is a bunch of gates. I've already put up 3 gates, and I've got for this pasture 1, 2, 3, 4 more gates just for this section. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of gates. However, I also have some cattle panels over there, so we're going to go ahead and fix some low spots with that. And so I had to get T-posts and all sorts of things. So I think we're ready. While I was there, I did just grab a whole pallet of cubes because I have the trailer, and it's much easier if I have the trailer to just pick up more cubes, because evidently we have to keep supplementing more than we expected. So that's life, but we're gonna take a minute, unload some of that, but we'll be ready to take this trailer with us to get our work done today. I'm at the top of 6 where all the buffalo are hanging out, enjoying some hay today. I'm in the old dog pen, and this is the opening that we created right here behind the truck to follow and go down to 5, which is great. So I'm actually gonna be working on a gate that goes into this gathering pen right here. So we're gonna do this gate section first, just because it's on our way and we bought the gate, so we're gonna do it. It's a 16-footer, so it's kind of a beastly gate. So we've drilled in our hole, the 2 holes. So we've got a spot here. Mari's getting her little hinge ready, and then we can put this gate on. So we're gonna go ahead and set it on, and we'll have to like swing it open to get it in, and then swing it all the way the other way to get it on that side. So it's gonna be kind of tricky. Our buffalo are enjoying the show. They like our attention, even if they don't really want to be petted. Once we get our gate on, then depending how we screw this nut in or out will help tilt the gate up or down depending on the level. Okay, let's get it up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. I want to drop him. Okay, bring it all the way back around. Okay.
Pivot.
Open. Oh. Hold on a sec. So one of the problems with these heavy duty gates is this, especially 16-footer, is so heavy over there. So I end up keeping the top bar pretty tight and screwed in, while the bottom one I end up pushing out to help balance out the gate. So this is where that's happening, is at the hinges. I feel like I was working a lot on this one. Again, it's a 16-footer, it's a heavy gate. Now we're gonna have these 2 gates right here, and they're supposed to like close opposite each other so that the animals have a passage into this gathering pen. But our problem is this gate is not hinged on the correct side. So over here, right now if we open them up, they end up sandwiching together. So we don't want that. We want to switch this gate to hinge over here. One of my problems right now is there's no way I'm opening this gate with all these buffalo here. So I can't redo this hinge yet, but we will get that rehinged. But that is on the plan. So then this gate would open this way and close off the whole compound area, and this gate would swing that way and it'd create an alley. So, and you might wonder, why didn't we just hinge this other gate on the other side? But this one is now hinged by a continuous fence line and an H-brace, so it's stronger this direction than it would be just on this one post. We hinged it that way on purpose, even though it seems kind of contradictory. All right, this gate's done for now until we come back here, but now let's go check out the pasture 5 gate we need to do next. This is our south side gate. It's a 16-footer opening and last 16 for the day, which is great. So we're gonna kind of tighten these guys up, get ready to put the gate on, check it out. Now, anytime you're near buffalo, again, they're pretty wild animals, but I want you to know they're also super curious. So even though we're not really by them anymore, they're still just right there, as close to us as they can get. They're very curious creatures, and so in general, pretty mild-tempered. So it's been fun to see them check us out. Close trees. Open a little bit. Okay. Tilt towards me a little bit. Open, open, open a little more. There we go. It's on. You can open it, like put it straight closed. If you look at it right now, this gate is actually tilting way too far up. Usually the gate's like in the ground. So we're actually going to adjust the top hinge a little bit to put it out and hopefully close up the gap we have over there. It's looking pretty good. Look how much I've had to pull that out. It's like 2 inches at least I've gotten threaded, more coming out than I had before, to get this gate to go level. So it's kind of crazy sometimes what you think it's going to do and then it does something a little bit different. So such is life. Yeah, check out level. Now, let's see over here. We do kind of have a big gap here. So we may end up having just a T-post, a tall one here, so we can keep this gate space secure and not have little calves escape. We got our 16s done, we're down to our 14s, and we're up here in this feed pen area to share between 4 and 5. And so when we do that, we have one gate here, this opening, and that's gonna go into 5. So we're gonna set up a 14-foot gate here. However, we're also having this gate here opening for pasture 4, which we haven't really started other than this line. So we need 2 gates, so that way when we have them in here, eventually, when we want to transfer them between 4 and 5, it'll be bringing them into here, closing off the one gate and opening the other, and then they'll be able to transfer between the 2 spots, whether we're putting cubes or something to entice them up into here. This, again, being their joint feed pen, will probably house their hay, and so this is what they'll be coming up for, so we can access them, give them treats. That gives me 2 gates, so I've got 2 14-foot openings. Actually, one's a little bit snug to be a 14-foot opening, so I have to decide which way that gate's gonna go. All right, we're just gonna snug this one over and get a look at it. Okay, let's try closing it. Oh, don't want to fly away. We got our 2 14s up. I'm gonna do a lot of tightening and then pulling out this bottom hinge, trying to get this guy level. He's mostly level. He's pretty tight. I'm not moving him anymore. So this guy's done. He swings all the way in and out. Our next gate, we did not quite have enough room, so we left him on the pen side, so that way when we're doing cubes, we open them in, so that way the animals can just come on in. So I thought that was a better choice. So he's all set. The gates are up, but I've got a 4-footer. Let's go see if we can get that guy up real quick. We made it down to our last gate for the day, and it's our little 4-foot human gate, little person gate right there. So we have plenty big enough opening. This gate is not as heavy duty and it's a little bit shorter, so we're just gonna see how it fits in the space. If we feel like it's just too short, we'll go ahead and add a couple strands of barbed wire just in that space, and so any people just duck. This is not an area we plan to really ever go in, but it is our property and we still want to have access to it, so we put a gate in. So this fencing tool is a good grip lever to get this to screw in. We've already drilled the prep hole for it, but we want it to stay nice and tight, so it's a little snug, so we still have to screw them in. Okay, so while we've been doing this, sometimes we found our brace wires still nice and strong, and sometimes they're kind of loose. So we have our tool, so then we just kind of tighten it up. All right, we're just gonna test our size here. I'm gonna feel for level and the distance to this over here, since we know we have a lot of room to give. And now we can check our level. So here's our level right here. It's actually pretty darn close. Well, we're just gonna put one more turn in this guy up here. Let's see what that looks like. Kinda nice, you don't need any help with that gate, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go. Now you can go check out level. Much better. Just gonna tighten up this nut and we'll loop it. And again, like where I'm standing, I'm not really concerned about the height of this gate. If anything, we may want to put a barbed wire at the bottom with the gap we have here. So we'll just make sure it's secure before we let the animals in. We're back to finish out pasture 5. And the last thing we need to do, I love starting a sentence like that because it makes it sound like, oh, we're so close. And we are so close, but we have several of these to do. And even one bigger project. So, but it all has to do with cattle panels. Right now I'm in a gully. Ground level's up here. And then you come down to where I am in the gully. And we've got to fence this so that the little calves and even the adults don't squeeze out. Because this is probably 4 feet high of a gully. So I've got this cattle panel and we just have it resting up above the gully. So what I'm gonna do is figure out the distance right here at the flat part for these squares. And then I'm gonna cut the angle up to where it's gonna meet up to this top part here. So this is my first time doing it. It might be a little bit of trial and error. And we have T-posts to pound in to our space, and then we'll go ahead and secure it up with T-clips, and then this area the buffalo won't be able to get out. So again, we have several of these to do, so we're gonna figure this one out and show you a little bit more along the way. All right, so now we're just gonna try and maneuver it in our space to see where put our T-post to secure it. We're a little bit off holding it up in the right spot. That side looks great. So we got a little bit of a hole here, but if I put a T-post right there, that'll fix that. So I got a little bit of a gap, but a T-post will fix that just fine. So time to map out the T-posts. Let's get it in. We're ready to T-clip. Okay. Get your side lined up with that T-post. Is it match now?
No, ish.
All right. Yeah, it's not gonna have a lot on that T-post, just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. I think now we're secure. We can T-clip it, and we'll be done. All right, we've got the first one done, all T-clipped and secured and T-posted. And now I think we have like 4 or 5 more. So it's gonna be kind of a long morning. We'll see how long it takes to get this done. Another great thing about cattle panel though is it lets the water and other things, small things through. So it's not gonna actually build up a big pile here other than branches, I would think. All right, this particular stretch is actually pretty shallow. It's about 2 or just over 2 feet, and our panels are 4 feet. Now this stretch is also pretty long, so I took a full panel and cut it in half so we can use the 2 sections to get this whole stretch. We noticed how bad it was because this T-post Mari's working on had come out of the ground from the lines pulling on it. So it needs more support. We'll go ahead and re-drive the T-post down, but we probably won't clip the top line or so, just so it's not pulling anymore. It's just going to stay secured there. Okay, bring it back to the post. Ow, that T-post has seen better days. So it is too wide for the space, but just by a few feet. So we'll go ahead and trim up a side and then position it, put in the T-post, get this guy ready to go. I'm at the pen gate between 4 and 5 at the top, and we get to this section here and we've already started putting panels up where we're about to go down this really big cliff down there. So we're just taking a little section at a time, measuring it, putting the T-posts up, clipping it in, trying to secure this area in a different way than trying to run the barbed wire. Just barbed wire likes to pull out when it has a slope like that. Now there are ways to fix that. We thought this time we'd try something a little different with the cattle panel. I did lift it off the ground a few inches, so that way these 48-inch panels are taller than 4 feet. So hopefully our buffalo don't think they need to jump it, which they really have no reason to. This is a plenty big enough pen. This is not a pressure area. There's just trees right there, so I don't see them being enticed onto the other side. The steep section is fenced. That was kind of tricky with the cattle panels. Partly the hardest part was really just connecting it up to those T-posts because cattle panel's kind of thick and doesn't always line up between the nubs. But I will say, Mari, why don't you shake the fence for me? Okay, so you can see that all of the panels kind of wiggled at the same time. We're going to staple it into our wood post here also to give it more rigidity. We kind of have a little hole right where Mari's just kind of putting some stuff. So that's kind of the one gap I would say that kind of ended up. But overall, I mean, there's not an animal that's just going to sneak on through this panel. And it's not that tall, but there's no reason for him to jump it. Pasture 5's done on fencing. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you watching. It's been kind of a slow thing to get this one wrapped up, but we are appreciative of all the helpers we've had over the many, many months, all the different missionaries and all the family and friends that have come out and supported us on our project. It helps it go a lot quicker. And so thank you to everyone who's helped. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.